Hare Krishna. Jai. So we are here back for yet another Karthik evening program. So we are all gathered here for performing this very wonderful Karthik Vrata, and let Lord shower unlimited blessings upon all the devotees who are coming every day for this wonderful Karthik Vrata. So today we will start this Vrata by hearing one quality of Krishna from His Grace Achyuta Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Hari Hari. Over to you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna to everybody, all the devotees assembled here. Please accept my humble obeisances and let's begin today's wonderful session by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm very happy to be amidst all of you here, and I look forward to be amidst all of you on all the days of Karthik. So I thought I would speak about a quality of Krishna, which is the quality of being highly learned. So this is a very, very wonderful quality of Krishna. Needless to say, the very definition of Bhagwan says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasasriya jnana vairagya yoschaiva sannam bhaga itingana. So the definition of God is someone who is most beautiful, most strong, most learned, most rich, most famous, and most renounced. So from this very definition, we understand that Krishna is most learned because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada describes the concept of being learned. Srila Prabhupada says, when a person is highly educated and acts strictly on moral principles, he is called highly learned. A person conversant in different departments of knowledge is called educated. And because he acts on moral principles, he is morally stout. So basically, these two factors constitute learning. Number one, a very, very high education in various branches of understanding and studies. And secondly, perfectly acting on the moral principles. So let's see these two aspects and try to understand for ourselves how Krishna was very learned. We all know that Krishna went to the ashram of Sandipani Muni to study. Now, this act was basically Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not need to learn anything. But because he wanted to establish a good standard in the human society, the standard of tadavidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshantite jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshi, Bhagavad Gita 4.34. So he wanted to establish that anybody who is looking for knowledge, anybody who wants to learn something substantial, anybody who wants to understand the real tattva, they have to surrender to a spiritual master. And it has been described in various places that, in fact, the first sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam says, Janmad yasya yataha itaratas chartheshna abhigya swarat tene brahma hridaya adi kavaye muhyanti yatsuraya. So it is Krishna who imparts this knowledge or this learning into the heart of Brahma. And now Brahma is supposed to be the most learned person in this universe, the original propounder of the Vedas. And Brahma gives it to Narada, Narada gives it to Vyasa. And this way, in the chain of disciplic succession, Sandipani Muni also comes. So the scriptures compare Brahma to be the clouds of knowledge and Sandipani Muni to be the mountain of knowledge, from which the small river of knowledge which is coming, and it is flowing into the ocean of Krishna. It just appears that different rivers are flowing into the ocean, but actually the source is ocean all the time. So the whole act of Krishna going to the ashram of Sandipani Muni and studying shows his learning, that he wants to establish this concept of tadavidhi pranipatena, that if somebody wants knowledge, they have to go to the tattvadarshis. They have to take shelter. Even if Krishna did not want to make an exception here. He wanted to say that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but even I need to go and surrender to the lotus feet of a spiritual master. This shows how learned he is. And we all know from the Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna book that Krishna learned 64 arts of various branches of knowledge, the 64 Kalaएं, in just 64 days. That is humanly impossible. Nobody can do that. So from this, we understand that Krishna is like an ocean of knowledge. And when he was in the ocean, ashram of Sandipani Muni, he was learning very, very fast. And he was already very highly learned. And Sandipani Muni was so happy with him that out of his happiness, he blessed Krishna that henceforth, whatever you speak, on whichever topic you deliberate, that whatever you speak will become eternally famous in all the universes. So therefore, whatever Krishna says is the law book. So Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita. He spoke it to millions of years ago to Sun God. He has spoken it 5,000 years ago to Arjuna. And it is still the law book. And it is years after years, we are just studying it and meditating upon it. And every time we study it, we find deeper jewels. It's like the more we study, the more depth we go into it, we unlock newer and newer jewels. So that shows that Krishna is unlimited. His knowledge is unlimited. His learning is unlimited. In the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada writes that the goddess of learning took all the trouble of becoming perfect with the 4 departments of Vedas, and she perfectly studied all the law books, and she became expert in Vedic evidence, grammar, astrology, rhetoric, vocabulary, logic, everything, just to become a class friend in the school of Krishna. So Prabhupada comments here that Krishna does not need to learn anything from anybody, but he allows the goddess of learning to sit with him as an act of service, just to accept this service from goddess of learning. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we also find one of the most learned people, the student of Brihaspati, Uddhav, who also receives the Uddhav Gita later on. He was sent to Vrindavan, and he found that these gopis are more learned than him. And these gopis, they became learned simply by meditating on Krishna, the name, form, and qualities and pastimes of Krishna. So that is the beauty. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that the narrations of the pastimes of Krishna transmitted by the learned sages eradicates one's sinful reactions and bestows good fortune upon those who hear them. So what to speak of Krishna, even those people who speak about Krishna, they also become learned. And therefore the gopis said this famous verse, Tava kathamritam tapta jevanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam Srimadattatam bhuve grenanti bhuridam janaha. So anybody who meditates on the name, form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna becomes learned. And even people like Uddhava take learning from such learned people. So that is the aspect of Krishna being learned. We also see in the Chaitanya Leela how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly showed his learning to Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, who was supposed to be the biggest learned person in the whole country, but he was taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu later on. Similarly, the Digvijay Pandit, when he comes and when he gets thoroughly defeated, in that defeat also he does not get humiliated. And only a learned person can treat another learned person in that way, so that even though they are defeated, but they don't feel the defeat. And later on, when this Digvijay Pandit goes and prays to Mother Saraswati, who's the goddess of learning, that for what purpose I worshipped you? Only to be defeated by a 14-year-old boy who studies grammar? At that point of time, Mother Saraswati reveals that although I sit at your tongue, O Keshav Kashmiri, O Digvijay Pandit, whenever you speak, so that whatever you speak is perfect. But when today you were speaking in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Just by seeing him in front of me, I became shy, and so therefore I couldn't help you, because he's my Lord. Everything which I know, I have learned from him only. So how can I speak in front of him? So that is the extent of learning of Krishna. Another aspect of learning which Srila Prabhupada highlights in the Nectar of Devotion is that one who is very reciprocal. Prabhupada says Krishna is most perfect moralist because he is reciprocal in his dealings. He is perfectly reciprocal in his dealings with different kinds of persons. And then he goes on to say that for the thieves he was death, for the pious he was bliss. So there's a shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam which says when Krishna was entering the arena of Kamsa, so different people, they saw him differently. So this shows his moralist, perfect moralist tendency. Mallanam ashanairdam naravaraihi strinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajanokshatam shitibhujam shasta swapitaro shishuhu mrityur bhojapater virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevate vidito rangam gatah sagrajah. Perfect moralist means the way one is approaching me in a very good way, accordingly, I will reciprocate. So when Krishna was approaching the arena, the wrestlers saw Krishna as a lightning bolt. The men of Mathura saw him as the best of males. The women saw him as Cupid. The cowherd men as the relative. The impious rulers as a chastiser. His parents as their child. The king of the Bhojas as death. And the unintelligent Supreme Lord. And the unintelligent as the Supreme Lord's universal form. And the yogis, they saw him as the absolute truth, and Vrishnis saw him as the supreme worshipable deity. So this shows how perfectly Krishna was reciprocating with everybody. And whatever way he reciprocates, whether he reciprocates with the wives of the Brahmanas, or whether he reciprocates with the warriors in the Kurukshetra, whether he reciprocates with the wives of the Kalya, or whether he reciprocates with Uddhava. In every reciprocation, he is a perfect moralist, and he shows his learning all the time. So meditating in this on this unique quality of Krishna, unique unlimited quality of Krishna of being highly learned, um, I pause my discussion today. I hope whatever has been discussed today has pleased the devotees assembled here, and let's all continue to relish these unlimited qualities of Krishna every day, bit by bit, day by day. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari, thanks a lot, Prabhu. Amazing. So Krishna's wonderful quality of the highly learned. So it actually inspires everyone. And by knowing more about Krishna, we can develop very, very nice relationship with Krishna. In this Karthik month, so we will all become very nice devotees of Krishna by knowing him very nicely. Okay, over to Manjulali Mataji. Today we are going to visit the first spot in Vrindavan, and I think Manasvi is going to introduce us to the spot. Over to you, Mataji, Manjulali Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Brajmandal Parikrama ki jai, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai. So, by the divine mercy of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, we are here today about to begin the day one of our parikrama. This parikrama was initiated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself when, after sannyas, he came to the forest of Raja and he started chanting Krishna, 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 hey, and performed ecstatic pastimes. Even Srila Prabhupada said that I don't live in New York, I live in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, where every step is a dance and every word kirtan. Yes, this Vrindavan, we want to serve the Vaishnavas, we want to serve the cows, we want to serve the Vrajavasis, but due to this pandemic situation, we are unable to do so. But by the mercy of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar and following the desire of Srila Prabhupada to bring the world to Vrindavan, here we are. So, there are two routes to Vrindavan. Whenever you want to enter Vrindavan from New Delhi, there's one way which comes from Noida Expressway, where you directly enter into Vrindavan. And the other route is through Chhatikara, through Faridabad and Chhatikara. When you come to Chhatikara, there are these typical tempo travelers who are waiting, and they keep on shouting the whole day, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, 10 rupees savari, 10 rupees savari. That means 10 rupees a person. But to reach where? Angrezon Wala Mandir. So ISKCON temple in Vrindavan is called the Angrezon Wala Mandir, means the temple which is inhabited by the foreigners. So here we are at the courtyard, as you can see in the map, in the courtyard of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram temple, where we offer our respectful obeisances to the deities there. And we then go to Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi. From there, we will take you today. We'll take a right turn from the back door of Krishna Balaram temple, and we head towards Raman Reti, and we move towards Varaha Ghat and then Kaliyarid. So these are the two places that we are going to visit today. And I have a beautiful Vrindavan ki chori taking you to these two beautiful places and explaining about the past times. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And before we start, the parikramars have a huge banner which has ISKCON 84 Krosha Parikrama Vrajamandal Parikrama written on it, followed by the Kirtanyas Prabhujis who carry the Nitai Gaur Sundar deities and Srila Prabhupada, followed by Matajis and Vaishnavis who have Tulsi Maharani taking turns to hold Tulsi Maharani on their heads, and the Vaishnavis doing the Sankirtan. Over to you, Manasvi. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Are we waiting for something to be shared on the screen?
Yes, Prabhu. We are just waiting for that PPT to be shared. Yeah, the pictures to be shared.
Okay.
Just before stepping onto the parikrama mark, let us offer our humble obeisances to Sri Dhama Vrindavan. As we pass through the sparkling sands of Raman Reti, we reach Yamuna Maya, where Krishna and his friends played every day. Soon after passing the Krishna Balram tree, we see Varaha Ghat. In the temple at Varaha Ghat stands a large four-handed deity of Lord Varahadev. Once, when Krishna was playing in the dirt here, his friends commented that he was enjoying himself, just like a hog does. To that, Krishna replied, "Actually, I was a boar in my previous incarnation." Then exhibited his form as Lord Varahadev for his friends' transcendental amusement. Now, let me take you to Kaliyarid. The parikrama path merges with the dried up bed of the Yamuna river. Not much past the Varaha Ghat, we walk past Gokhat, home of ISKCON's Goshala, and soon arrive at the majestic Kadamba tree, from which Krishna jumped into the river for his battle with Kaliya. This place is called Kaliyarid or Kaliyazek. When this part of Vrindavan was devastated by Kaliya's poisonous vapors, this tree was the only one to remain alive. Some commenters say, due to touching Krishna's lotus feet, he became immediately alive. In some Puranas, it is stated that Garuda, the eternal carrier of Vishnu, knew that Krishna would take this action in the future, so he put some nectar on this tree to preserve it. The Kadamba is a round yellow flower, generally seen only in the Vrindavan area. After After climbing to the top of the tree, he tightened his belt rope and flapping his arms just like a wrestler, jumped in the midst of the poisonous lake. As Krishna danced on Kalia's woods, the ruby red jewels from the snake's forehead fell into the Yamuna's bluish water, producing a beautiful violent effect. After subduing Kalia, Krishna averred about this lake. If one bathed in this place of my pastimes, offered the water of the lake to demigods and other worshipable personalities, or if one observes a fast and remembers me, he is sure to become free from all sinful reactions. Tomorrow we will take you to yet another transcendental Leela Sthal of Lord Krishna. Nitya Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Manjulali Mataji, you will be speaking something?
We thank her. We thank Manasvi for taking us to these beautiful spots today. Did you all know what all Krishna did? He rolled like a hog and he danced on Kalia. We've read this, but today Manasvi actually took us there. Let us pray for the spiritual progress of this little girl, Manasvi, little Vaishnavi, who's taken up to Krishna consciousness like a fish takes up to water. We chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for Manasvi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. So we should be very, very grateful to Manjulali Mataji for training these wonderful kids amazingly. And thank you very much, Manasvi, for your amazing presentation. So we all were touched by the Holy Dham. Hari Hari, Hare Krishna. So now we will move on to our next program. That's the chanting of Damodar Ashtakam and offering lamps. Hare Krishna. So we will share the screen for you, and we will read the Damodar Ashtakam and sing them, and now we will chant Hare Krishna. Okay. Hari Hari.
Hare
So
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Today we are going to sing the Damodar Ashtakam. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam. Yashoda
Haribol, amazing. So you have took everybody to the Leela of the Lord, and amazing rendition. So you can read the meanings of the prayers also. Hare Krishna. And Sabrish Prabhu can share the screen.
There is some supreme controller who possessed an internal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistening earring swing to and fro, who manifested himself in the Gokula, who stole the butter that gopis kept hanging from the rafter of their storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in the retreat in the fear of Mother Yashoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances.
Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick. And as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances.
Those supreme excellent pastime of Lord Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Gokul in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspect of Narayan in Vaikuntha, the Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by the pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisances 100 of times.
Oh Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. Oh Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart.
Oh Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus encircled by the locks of curly hair, and have the Brahma you Lord Yashoda's kiss. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulence are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind.
O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow. I am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy on me. Uplift me and protect me with your nectarian vision.
O Lord Damodar, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with a rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuvera, Manigriva, and Nalukuvara, who were cursed to stand as free, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence.
O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a rope by Mother Yashoda. To this rope, I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Yashodanandan Damodar ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hari Hari. So amazing, wonderful family. Yugal Kishore Prabhu, his small son Gaurang, and then Samruddhi. So all of them, and behind this, the mother is also there, Madhu Mataji. So all of them, a very, very wonderful family and nice Krishna conscious upbringing. We are able to get darshan of Gaur Nitai and their altar also. So amazing. Thanks a lot for taking us to the Vrindavan and getting us immersed in this bhajan of Damodar Ashtakam, right? Hari Hari. Thanks a lot. So we will do this program every day and we will be spiritually enriched. Let's become more and more deep in our Krishna consciousness and immersed in the thoughts of the Lord by taking part in this vrata of Karthik month. Please inspire many more people also to join this vrata. Hare Krishna. Hari Hari. Thanks a lot. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Sri Damodar Manth